You ever wonder what really separates a good auto technician from a truly great one? It's way more than just having the right wrench. They're kind of like a doctor for your car, and they need this incredibly deep understanding of everything that's happening under the hood. So, how do you prove you have that level of expertise? Well, that's what we're going to break down.
I mean, that's the real question, isn't it? It's not just about turning bolts. It's about being on a quest for mastery. It's about a level of knowledge that transforms a car repair from just guesswork into a science.
And that science, that proof of mastery, often comes down to just 3 letters, ASE. That stands for the National Institute for Automotive Service Excellence. It's a nonprofit that was founded way back in 1972, and since then, it's become the absolute gold standard for proving a technician's skill.
And we're not talking about some small niche club here. There are over 400,000 ASE certified professionals out there right now working across dozens of different specialties. So when you see that little blue seal on a patch or a sign, you know you're dealing with someone whose skills have been seriously put to the test. So what does it actually take to get that certification? Let's take a look at the G1 exam for auto maintenance and light repair. Right away, you can see what's most important. Engine systems are the absolute heavyweight, making up a massive 35% of the test. So that's exactly where our quest begins. So, the first big trial on the path to certification is mastering the very heart of the machine. The engine is a whole world unto itself, and a great technician has to know it inside, outside, and backwards. And this is where the real detective work kicks in. A pro doesn't just see a dirty old spark plug, they read it. A carbon-fouled plug like this one, it screams that the fuel mixture is way too rich. See one with heavy ash deposits? That could point to cheap, poor-quality fuel. And an oil-fouled plug? Well, that's a clue that you've got serious wear and tear happening deep inside the engine. Each plug is a critical piece of the puzzle. Now, just look at this diagram of a drive axle. This is the kind of mental map a technician has to carry around in their head for dozens of different systems. They need to be able to see how a problem with, say, the wheel bearing, that's part number 20, could cause a vibration that the driver feels in the steering wheel, or how a tiny worn-out seal, part 23, could lead to a total failure. It's all connected.
Think about it this way. A customer walks in and says, "My engine is making a knocking sound." To most of us, that's just a knock. But to a certified pro, it's a diagnostic question. Is it a deep, heavy knock that changes when you step on the gas? Could be a main bearing. Or is it a light, kind of metallic pinging sound when you accelerate? That sounds more like spark knock. They know exactly what to listen for.
All right, next up, we've got the systems that connect the driver directly to the road. Steering, suspension, and of course, the brakes. This is all about your safety and your control of the vehicle. On the left here, you've got a typical suspension system. Its whole job is to keep your tires glued to the pavement and give you a smooth, stable ride. And over on the right, that's a brake booster. This thing is amazing. It uses the engine's own vacuum to multiply the force from your foot, giving you the power to stop a 2-ton vehicle with just a little bit of pressure. A pro needs to understand both the mechanics of it and the physics behind it. And here's a perfect example of where doing things by the book is absolutely critical. Flushing your brake system is vital because brake fluid naturally absorbs moisture from the air, and that moisture can cause rust inside the brake lines and worse, lead to brake failure. Following these 4 steps precisely in the right order isn't just good practice. It's a non-negotiable safety procedure. Okay, now for what might be the biggest challenge in modern cars, the ghost in the machine. We're talking about automotive electronics. It's this incredibly complex web of sensors, computers, and literally miles of wiring that control just about everything in a car today.
All right, time for a little pop quiz, and this is straight out of the ASE study materials. It's one of those classic Technician A versus Technician B questions. So here's the scenario. A wire is getting hot. Technician A says it's because there's too much current flowing through it, but Technician B says, no, it's because some of the tiny wire strands inside are broken. So, who's right? The answer is C. Both of them could be right. And this tells you something really important about diagnostics. A single symptom can have more than one potential cause.
It is almost never as simple as it first seems.
So why are they both right? It all comes down to a core electrical concept called a voltage drop. Of course, if you push too much current through a wire, it's going to get hot. But if a few of those little copper strands inside the wire break, it creates a point of high resistance. And what does resistance do? It also generates heat. A pro knows how to perform a voltage drop test to find that hidden resistance, and that's the key to solving the real puzzle. So we've explored the mountain of knowledge a tech needs to have. Now for the final part of the quest. What does it actually take to sit down and pass that official ASE certification exam? You have to know that the test is designed to be a little bit tricky. It's not about just spitting back memorized facts. It's designed to test diagnostic reasoning. It'll use specific wording like, what is the most likely cause? Or all of these are causes except. This forces you to evaluate every single possibility and choose the best answer, just like you'd have to do in a real garage. And, the testing process itself has come a long way. Gone are the days of filling in bubbles on a paper test and then waiting weeks to get your score in the mail. Today, it's all computer-based testing, or CBT. You get your results right away, instantly. You can even flag a tough question you're not sure about and come back to it later. It's just a much smarter, less stressful way to do it. So after all this, all the studying, all the experience, all the testing, what does it actually mean for you, the person who just wants their car to work right? Well, what's so cool is that certification creates this cycle of trust that really benefits everybody. For the technicians themselves, it often leads to better pay and more career opportunities. For the repair shop, that ASE sign out front is a stamp of quality that brings in customers. And for you, it means you can have confidence, real peace of mind, that the person working on your car has truly proven their expertise. Ultimately, it really just boils down to this. Pretty much anyone can watch a video and learn how to swap out a part. But a true, certified professional, they understand the incredibly complex language that a modern vehicle speaks. They can listen to it, they can diagnose what it's saying, and they know how to make it right. So I'll leave you with a final thought. The next time your car makes a weird squeal or a strange clunking noise, are you just going to hear an expensive problem? Or will you maybe hear the first clue in a fascinating puzzle? A puzzle that a certified pro is uniquely qualified to solve. Thanks for watching The Explainer.